Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And today we're going to be doing a reading on the full moon in Capricorn, which is on Friday, June 21st. And it coincides with Cancer season. So we're also going to be having a Cancer season reading on the channel as well. So stay tuned for that. But this is a timeless reading. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind, trusting that you are exactly where you need to be right now in this moment. And without further ado, let's get on with the reading. And this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. Okay, so pile number 1. I am really excited about this reading because I just feel like this new moon, or this, I should say, this full moon in Capricorn is going to bring in some really awesome opportunities for healing and release. So without further ado, pile number 1. Let's see. We have tarot cards, which are the Queen of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. And then we have our Surrender card. Surrender the idea that you can fix someone. Let's move these up here. Trying to fit all the cards in place. And then we have the Healing card of Family and Tribe. Ooh. So I feel like maybe there's going to be some issues in this pile around trying to heal the family, or maybe heal issues that family has brought into our lives. And then here, it's the Amulet Stone. Ooh, there's this strong ancestral energy vibing through in this pile. Wow. Fulfillment and Serenity. Affecta is our Ethereal Orbs card. Watching things grow at their own pace can be more rewarding than attaining them. And we know that with Queen of Wands, there's this fire energy happening, and the Queen of Wands, or the wands themselves, have this sort of quick energy that comes in. And I sense that we're being asked to temper some of that fire. I guess that makes a lot of sense. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is a sign of responsibility and this very slow moving growth. And the growth happens at its own pace. You can't force it. You can't make it come into being. And you can't make somebody else do something either. You can only, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't let them, can't make them drink. So this Queen of Wands energy, I feel like this is representing a mother figure. She's somebody that you get along with, you respect, you greatly value. It could be a mother, it could be an aunt. It could be an older sister who you look up to for advice. And this Five of Pentacles, because with this Queen of Wands energy, often this advice is in nature of, or it's business or charity or politics. This is somebody that has a position of authority. And I feel like they can really help you in your career. And because of this family tribe, I feel like it's somebody you're either related to, or it's like a relation of somebody that you know really well. And this Five of Pentacles energy, when we, again, that's another, the Pentacle suit is ruled by the earth, and you're trying to typically build wealth or prestige or something like that. The Five of Pentacles is suggesting that you might want to not count necessarily. Like you might be counting on this person to sort of put in good word for you in your career or your job, or maybe maybe you're counting on like them to give you money in a will or something like that, or to put a good word in if you're into politics or if you work in charities or nonprofits. But this Five of Pentacles card is warning you to not put all your eggs in one basket. Like, definitely see if this person can help you, but ask the universe for help and help help yourself. Ask for help from this person, but don't like put all of your eggs in that one basket scenario, if that makes any sense. And also, if for some of you, this is a warning to that if this person is going to get you that job or that opportunity, it's not going to happen right away. So that you need to hold on to your finances, what you have right now, and be very frugal and very cautious with saving. Yeah. And with this card, it's time for the relationship to shift. It doesn't work trying to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for its own healing. I feel like there might be some people in your family or life who they might be against this idea that you have, whatever it is that you're going to sustain yourself. Maybe it's against, a new job. They're not for whatever this is that you're trying to go for. And you're being asked to release that. You can't make them see your point of view. And if it's a person whose finances you're trying to heal, by whatever finances, blessings that are coming in, this card is saying that might not be a way that you can fix them. Like, they might have like deeper issues, like what I talked about in a former reading, like a lack of abundance mindset. And these are things that you're trying to gain. So with this family and tribe card, this comes from an awesome deck called Heal Yourself by Tina Segal. And so I kind of want to read what this says, because she has exercises in this book that help you. It says family and tribe right here. Be aware, or become aware of how the beliefs of your family and tribe are influencing you. What did you learn about your relationships with money and opportunities when you were younger? Ask yourself, am I still carrying some of these outdated beliefs? So definitely take time, screenshot this. The action it's asking you to do is to recognize beliefs you've adopted from others. And definitely screenshot this as well if you can. But it will allow you to, these exercises, and it will allow you to release unconscious beliefs. And I feel like for many of you, it's beliefs around success, career, and money, like, oh, you have to work really, really hard. Or if you're not a doctor or a lawyer and you go into a creative field, it's not going to be, something that works out. Like, these are just ideals that your family has held on to, or those close to you that are like family, mentors have held on to. So another thing I'm getting is some of you, this person might not necessarily be the benefit factor, but might be a person who has a lot of wealth, but who wants you to do things their way, and they will withhold those wealth blessings unless you do things your way. In other words, like, oh, you won't get any of my inheritance unless you get serious and become, I don't know, a doctor or whatever. And maybe you want to become a movie star. So this reading is really telling you to be true to yourself and to release these outmoded ideas that might have been put into your head by family. Some of them are generational, right? We have these generational ideas that we pick up, and it almost like it goes through our DNA. It's like your grandfather did it this way, your great-grandfather did it this way, and now this person thinks that you have to do it this way, and you're being asked to release that. It might take definitely a lot of effort and healing, but I feel like because of this full moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn has a lot to do with like building foundations and things, that whatever releasing you do now, it will stick. It will be like the foundation for the future. Yeah, I think I'm looking into this amulet stone, thunder eggs here. Ooh. So it says that some of this, I do want to put some of this here because it's quite interesting. I think some of you, maybe you want to move to another country, or maybe you want to go on, like, take a gap year after college or something like that. And your family is like, no, that's not going to be practical. But also, I think that this is the fact that these ideas, these opportunities that you find interesting and rewarding are going to be coming up, and they're going to be at odds with some of the things that the people in your family feel you should be doing or feel that's practical for you. And I think the new moon in Capricorn is asking you to... Sorry, we got a little interrupted. I had to... but anyway, so it seems like the energies that this full moon in Capricorn is bringing into your life is going to be that of releasing outdated beliefs that are passed on to you through your family, either generationally, ancestrally, and you might even be called to do some like ancestral cleansing work. I will put some links to some the different things that I have done, but it can be as simply as making an intention, writing it down on a piece of paper, and then literally burning it with a white candle to release any of the old outdated beliefs that are no longer serving you, that you have got from your family or your ancestors. And yeah, I think that this full moon and Capricorn energy for you, pile number 1, is going to be about releasing those types of energies, because they will stop you from doing what you want in your life, because you'll be kind of held back by all of these, I don't want to say they're misconceptions, but they were once good and they once supported you, but now they're no longer doing anything for you. So let those go, release them with love and compassion, but stand firm in your boundaries, and let your family and or your ancestors know that you are ready to bring some new, fresh ideas into your life about how you are going to live it. And that's all I have for you today, pile number 1. Okay, pile number 2. I feel like this might be some of a spiritual message, because we have this celestial quartz. I mean, they're all spiritual messages, but this might be a message about your spiritual path. Let's see. Let's put this over to the side here. And let's see what your tarot has. Reverse cards, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Reverse just means that there's some challenges that you might have to face that may or may not be pleasant. They'd be more like lessons. And we have this Australian agate. And then our ethereal orb card here is Raculus. Willpower and vulnerability, strength and fragility. Teaches how our vulnerability is purely a blessing. And agate is a very gentle crystal. Surrender, denial. Let's see if we can fit that in there. And temptation. Oh, some of you, let's see if I can push this down some to show you fully the temptation card before it gets cut off a little bit. Surrender, temptation. And then you have this sort of shadowy figure that's trying to like drag you back in to something that's not good for you. I'm surprised the Devil card didn't come up, but I feel like the Strength card is enough. The Strength card is allowing you to sort of go deep, and let's put this over here. I'll pull this down here. That way we have both the Australian Agate and the Strength card, or the Temptation card, in focus. So, and this is crazy because I just pulled this card today for myself. Strength card, when you pull it upright, you have passed a lot of tests and trials and tribulations, and you're ready for, you know, whatever the next step is. You have the power to do it. When it's in reverse, you are trying to sort of gain your footing in a situation. For some of you, this might be like releasing addictions. It might be releasing habits that no longer serve you. It might be releasing people that no longer serve you. They have these agendas for you and your life, and they want you to be a certain way in order to be around them or in their friends group. And it's not serving you. Maybe you're like around people that like excessively drink all the time, but you have all these goals that you want to do where you need to wake up on time and get them done, and you can't constantly be hungover or high to do these things. So there's that aspect, and especially with this person right here that's trying to like pull her in, sort of a very seductive energy. And with the Page of Wands in reverse, when you have a page in the reading, you are sort of at the beginning of what you're doing. And it can be, you know, it can be a shaky stage in the process where you're not exactly on sound footing, but you're building something. With the page, this might be a project, or you're maybe a student, or maybe you're like an assistant for somebody big and you want to move up in the company, and you're sort of like helping them, but you're also learning the ropes. And if this goes well, you could move on in your career. And then you have this, you know, reversed energy where things might be put on hold. But in this case, I think that it's not outside influences that might be in danger of putting any of these plans on hold. It's actually you and either the things, the people, the places that you're surrounding yourself with that are not allowing you to reach your goals. It says, accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. You can see clearly and make the best decisions. You have this, I feel like you have this circle of people, group of friends or whatever, and the universe is saying that some of them might have to fall away in order for you to grow. It could be people. I'm getting it's probably people and habits, or a combination of the two. And it's a strength and fragility teach us that our vulnerability is purely a blessing. So willpower and vulnerability. For one thing, the people that you're surrounding yourself, you can't be vulnerable around them because they don't have your best interests at heart. A lot of their interests are self-serving. Like they're not the kind of people that would be like, oh, you have to work 5 a.m. in the morning, so I'm not going to keep you up too late. Like, let's go out and party, but let's get you home by 11 so that you can at least sleep some. Or, you know, take the kind of friend that takes that extra drink that you have and drinks it for you, right? Because they're like, nope, you've had enough. You have these things to do. Maybe they realize that, you know, that their life doesn't have as many demands in it as yours, so they're helping you. But I think that you're surrounding yourself with people or places or situations where this is not the case. And it's going to take a lot of strength to stand your ground and put some boundaries up. And if you can't put those boundaries up, then you might have to release those energies from your life. But of course, this is up to you. This is just all, take whatever serves you and release the rest. But that is what I am picking up. And this Australian agate card here is perception, strength, courage, stamina. Your power of perception along with your mental and physical body are presently being strengthened. This will give you the courage and energy required to tackle what seems at present to be complex and insurmountable problem. The problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. You are being aged to stand your ground, keep your calm. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied. All concerned will soon realize the truth that you have already known for quite some time. This particular person is simply not the person they present themselves to be. I mean, this is super clear. This is this person, whoever they are, they're not good, and you know it. You know it. That's the thing. But you're finding you feel like you need the strength to either put boundaries between yourself and them, or release them from your life, or maybe step away from them for a while until you get things done that you need to do and reassess whatever it feels like you need to do. The Australian agate is a crystal that might help you. Also, I see these colors of purple and red, which have to do with spirituality and root chakra grounding. Your third eye for the purple and your crown chakra, and white for your crown chakra, and then red for your root chakra. So you're being asked to ground yourself against any energies this person might have. A very overbearing personality, and they're very persuasive. They're very persuasive, but you are in the beginnings of something that could set you on the path to a better life. And this full moon in Capricorn energy is asking you to release those people that no longer serve you, and focus on the things that will get you to where you need to be, to where you want to be in your life. And this crystal Australian agate is also, you can call on your spirit guides, and you can get assistance from them when things feel like it's too tough. But don't be in denial about this person or situation or these habits anymore. Let them go. Let them go, pile number 2. And that is what I have for you today. It was a very, very clear message for you, pile number 2. And I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Okay, pile number 3 with this lovely amethyst crystal. Let's see what we have for your tarot. 9 of Swords reverse and 6 of Swords. Ooh, I getting a lot of there's a lot of release energy in these cards, to be honest. And for some of, I'm getting a sense, even before I started this reading, that pile number 3 might have been drawn to pile number 2, which also had a lot of release, cutting off bad influences. Surrender to spirit. That beautiful amethyst. And this one, I pulled 2 healing cards. This one is Unleash Your Creativity. And this one is Phoenix Rising. Let's see if I can get both of these in here. Let me see, perhaps I can move this one over here. It's always a challenge with this particular platform to get all of the cards in. And this one is Crocoite, which is a wonderful healing crystal. And it looks like, so this one actually, I feel like it has to do with the unleashing of this phoenix energy. So I'm going to put this here. Let's pull this down a little bit more. So hopefully we can get all of this in here as much as possible. Yeah. So I feel like pile number 3, your creativity is being blocked. And part of the reason why it's being blocked is you've went through sort of a dark night of the soul. And there's a lot of depression vibes here. You have some super heavy emotions you're working through. Things like shame and guilt and grief, and maybe you've done something you really aren't proud of. And from what I'm getting here is you're being asked to heal this through a creative pursuit. And it could be something to do with music or art. Yeah. And with 9 of Swords, that's a card where you have a lot of heavy extreme energy and regrets and things that happened in the past that you can't get over, and they weigh in your mind all the time. But a lot of time, but the thing is, because this is 9 of Swords energy, you are releasing a lot of these things, because 9 is the energy of endings and completion. So you are at the end of this phase, but yet a lot of it still lingers. So you want to feel like, how would I say, you want to examine what feelings you have that you can release that are just there now because you're used to them being there. And you also want to see where you yourself are causing any suffering in your life. And what I mean is, not that there's a lot of things that happen beyond our control, but we're being asked in this particular situation with this 9 of Swords reversed energy, are we going to keep wallowing in that energy, or are we going to seek outlets that could possibly help us out of it, like therapy or talking to people that are mentors or have some psychological background, maybe like somebody who's like a clergy or a spiritual leader of some kind that you can trust, that can help you sort of get out of wherever this mess that you have. The great thing about this 6 of Swords energy is that you are putting it behind you. Like there is a moving away from this attitude of suffering. Now this is like an unknown energy, right? You're like this is a journey you're going to be going through. And through this journey you might be asked to reveal some uncomfortable emotions. And you've suffered a lot. I feel like you might need to cleanse your energy with like a salt bath, or go to the ocean, maybe like write down things on a piece of paper, burn it, release the ashes into the ocean, that kind of thing. And there's some days when it's just going to suck. And then, so you're being asked that once you've done everything, you can achieve a goal, turn the situation over to divine. Once you've done all the work that you can, just kind of give up those, as many of the sad feelings as you can, to whatever higher power you believe in, even if it's just the universe and nature. You can go out in nature and meditate and reflect on all of the things that have happened in your life, and ask yourself and ask the universe, ask the divine, how can I release these things from my life? This new moon in Capricorn, because it's very practical and it's ruled by Saturn, there will be very concrete ways that will come up, like, let's say, meditation or journaling or therapy. There'll be very concrete ways in which you can release, and they won't be like, so pie in the sky, like. But one of the things you can do is, of course, use crystal healing. And I'm going to see what this I have such a hard time pronouncing that, crocoite has to say, because I feel like so far all the crystals have been just right on point. So with this crocoite, says, a new phase in your life is just around the corner. Creative possibilities surface from a chance encounter with somebody new. This encounter stimulates inspiration, passion, and a greater optimism for your life. Your sexual energy is also on the rise, and this draws new people and circumstances into your life that you will find exciting and stimulating. Wonderful changes are in store for you, yet you're being warned to be cautious. Appearances can be deceiving, so look for inner beauty and truth before you allow yourself to be swept off your feet. I feel like because you're going to be in a vulnerable position after all of this healing is accomplished, or as you are healing, and there might be some people that come in and just, and I think this is also the surrender to spirit, like, as spirit, is this a person for me? Is this a situation for me? And just really trust your intuition, really feel out the situation. If something doesn't feel right about a person or a place, right now you have done too much healing and too much progress to let yourself be drawn back into an uncomfortable situation again. So with that in mind, definitely to be open to healing, but definitely be on the lookout. And if something doesn't feel right, use your intuition. And what I'm seeing is that you want to lean into like art therapy, music therapy, writing, things that will allow you to be vulnerable safely. And then once you do, you're going to be embracing this Phoenix rising energy. This Phoenix rising energy is going to be so powerful for you. People aren't going to recognize you, honestly. Like, once you have, and it's funny because these cards come right after the other in this book right here, the Heal Yourself cards. I love these cards because they just get right to the issue. Allow your imagination to roam without limits, access new ideas without judging them. It's time for you to be innovative and birth new creations. Concentrate on the area of life where you need to be creative. Are you a great singer? Do you have an affinity with gardening? Can you tell powerful stories? Are you technically minded? So this creation could be like, for technical people, maybe you create an amazing app or new technology. And maybe it's something, because you've gone through all of these trials and tribulations, maybe it's something that will help similar people. For instance, like the app Calm helps people with meditation, or like BetterHelp helps people to get, psychological care, therapy, inexpensively. So I'm just putting the action focus so you can take a picture of that if you want. And then there is this one as well, which is the Phoenix Rising. This is not time to create, but sweep everything that has not worked for you in your life. The reason are so many things are breaking down and not going your way because the old cycle of life is completing. And this action statement right here, write down what you're afraid to let go. Number your fears from worst thing that could happen to smaller fears, and write them down. What could be a possible gift of facing that fear? So I feel like this is meant to show you that right now you are in the process of completion of releasing those inner demons. Once that's done, you can alchemize all of that with this by unleashing your creative energy and really be protecting yourself, being vulnerable, opening up to others, but also protecting yourself. Right here is this shadow work and awakening. The night will come and she will hold your fear. It is in the darkness when the moon blazes. That's this card right here. From your dark space, you're going to alchemize it into this creative energy. And the full moon in Capricorn is going to allow the practical release of this shadow, so that you can go towards alchemizing it into something that is of light and of hope and joy for yourself. Probably a creative thing. And that is what I have for you today, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you in the next one. You have a wonderful day, and I will be back to you soon, probably with the the Cancer season reading, so stay tuned for that. And have a wonderful day. I hope everybody enjoyed their readings. These are very powerful readings, and I'm excited about what the full moon in Capricorn is going to bring in to our lives, what that energy is going to manifest.